Now, so let's start the class called Marriage as an Institution. So we were talking about the topic of patriarchy we have done. Now, patriarchy we came to know has got an impact to across the sections. So patriarchy maintains a division on the basis of classes. Patriarchy maintains a division on the basis of caste. And patriarchy, how to maintain these divisions, they control the marriage system. Because the marriage system evolved as an institution of patriarchy so as to control the relationship only in the horizontal sections rather than vertical, so as to maintain all these type of divisions in the society. So that is why patriarchy shaped the marriage institutions to control and maintain the power in the hand of the few people, and that was decided by not to marry the girls in other segments and the classes in a vertical manner. Yes. Now, but before that, let's talk about marriage institution. Now, you've done history, basic history. Okay, we're going to talk about the history which was talking about the hunters and wanderers stage, then the coming of the settlements, then we are talking about Paleolithic or Mesolithic and the Neolithic age. Now, we are going to begin from that time period. Now, earlier, what was the scenario? We are just one of the species on this planet Earth. As we are one of the species on the planet Earth, before the coming of the settlements, we were almost what working and behaving like what? Having animal instincts. So as the animals used to move in a group, so early human beings also used to move in a group. What they're supposed to do? Once they're feeling hungry, so they also kill the animals and eat. They settle for certain places. They are fearful of wild animals. So those are mostly what? Instinctive in nature, like the animals are. So instinctive in nature, so animals when they fear hungry, so they prey. Okay, when they're feeling threatened, so they migrate and run away. If they want to copulate, so they copulate, produce the children. The same thing was also done by the human beings also. So early human beings were only displaying the animal instincts. So we were just one of the species. But we know when we became more and more bipedal, our brain size is larger than the rest, and then we can use our hands. So hence gradually we began to differ from the animals. And hence the difference began to emerge when the settlement started. And settlements gave rise to what? Divisions in the society gradually. Social, economic, and later political. Now, all these divisions are based on what? Hierarchy. And hierarchy has to be maintained. And hierarchy has to be maintained in such a manner that these became permanent divisions, in which marriage as institution also helped in keeping those divisions intact in nature. So, let's understand this on the basis of what? Certain transformation first. There was a question asked by UPSC, do you think that marriage as a sacrament as a sacred or a relationship which cannot be broken or unbroken relationship is losing its value in modern India. Is losing its value in modern India. Sacrament, we must have heard in Hindi movies dialogue, Saath Janmo ka Saath. Yes, these are dialogues. These have been put deliberately in the minds of the people. This is just called brainwashing of the people. Let's talk about how marriage as a sacrament emerged into a contract later. Now, so initially, this is the question asked by UPSC, whether the marriage which was seen as sacred, which cannot be broken, which can be seen as a lifelong relationship, is now losing its value in modern day life. Okay, modern day life, just not the modern time that we are talking about. Modern India, the change began to happen from what? 19th century onward with the abolition of sati and coming of widow remarriage. So, we'll talk about all the changes that emerged over a period of time. But let us first of all understand how marriage as an institution emerged, what was the purpose, and how it has been reshaped again and again till now. Yes. So we all know that social needs of human beings always give rise to institutions. So political institutions we have created again for our purpose. Economic institutions we have created for our purpose. Similarly, social institutions we have created for our purpose. Among all these social institutions, marriage is one of the institutions. But marriage as an institution is very powerful because it maintains and controls even the political institutions, help in controlling or also the economic institutions. So now let us understand. Social needs give rise to institutions, and with the passage of time, emergence of new thinking, new social needs emerge, which then bring changes in the existing institutions. So marriage is one such institution which evolved over a period of time. Now how this evolution happened? First of all, we are just one of the species on this planet Earth. And finally, we evolved into Homo sapiens. So initially, we displayed only animal instincts. Now, now for example, this is a gradual evolution. Okay, from means initially more four-legged, and finally becoming the Homo sapiens means bipedal in nature. So once we reach this stage, yes, the hence the prominent what settlement system gradually begin to start, and hence the nature of the institutions emerge, and they begin to what define the functioning of the society at large. Also led to creation of what various institutions which worked only on the basis of hierarchy. Now, so this is the initial part. So as we were initially mostly displaying the humanistic value, so what are, sorry, animalistic instincts. So what are the animal instincts usually displayed by the animals? First of all, they have to survive. So similarly, human beings have to survive. For survival, either killing the animals or escaping from the wild beasts. Survival also from what? Opposing groups also. So they were survival instinct, yes, like animals, because animals also many times move in a group. So they survive against the more powerful animals. Similarly, we tend to survive against the equally competing human groups also, and also powerful beasts also. So initial instinct were only survival. So against wild animals and competing groups of people. Consumption, mostly hunters and gatherers and wanderers, migrating from one place to another, searching for food. That can be both maybe plant based or tree based, or can be hunting the animals. Now, so that is why human beings are omnivorous in nature. Yes. Okay, we are like what? Bear, bhalu ki tarah, hai na? Bear are also omnivorous in nature. So similar, humans are also omnivorous. And yes, and the animal instinct is reproduction. So three basic animal instincts are survival. Okay. Then secondly, searching for food and consuming. And third is producing children. Yes, these are natural instincts. Now, so all the above are instinctive depending on immediate needs and cravings. Yes, immediate needs. भूख लगी तो खा लिया. Okay, copulate करना है, mating करनी है तो कर लिया. And finally, अगर डर के भागना है तो वो भी भाग लिया या अटैक कर दिया. That's the way the human beings used to work like the animals. Now, so how male dominance emerged? Yes, in this, what happened? Gradually, what happened? The dominance of male emerged, and hence they begin to overpower the females. Now, how that happened? Uh, you belong to which state, please? Maharashtra. So, are you comfortable in Hindi? Yes. Okay. Which district of Maharashtra? I'm from Chandrapur district. Okay, so I have not heard. So, which direction? So it is in the border of Andhra Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Okay, 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 good, good. Okay, so I hope you're comfortable with Hindi, है ना? Yes, sir. ठीक, ठीक, okay. So he's not comfortable in Hindi. He's purely Telugu. He was asking, sir, you know Telugu? Mega no. Can you teach in Telugu? Mega no, I cannot teach in Telugu. Three language formula. Oh, three language formula. So I guess, so in the three language formula, we were actually given maybe a deception by teaching us Sanskrit. So in my school also, they were English, Hindi and Sanskrit. That's why the South Indians are angry. You know? Okay, so let us come back. So in this type of what survival instincts, male became dominant because you have to fight against the powerful animals. So when you talk about naturally male are more powerful physically, but women are more powerful biologically. So the basic difference, yes. So women can bear more pain of childbearing. So they are more powerful biologically, but in terms of physical muscle power, men are more powerful than women. So this was an era where they had to fight against wild animals, so power was required. They have to clear the forest, yes, again power was required. Okay, they have to move heavy objects like in stones and rocks, power was required. So once power was required, so it ultimately gave the domination to males to dominate over the females. So now, so the nature. So how male dominance emerged and strengthened? So all the above, survival instincts, hunters and getting stage, reproduction, all the above also gave rise to dominance of men in defense and attack for survival, as the men by nature are physically more powerful, but women are biologically more powerful. Women are biologically more powerful. So hence, what they have to do on daily basis, fighting wild animals, power is required. Hunting, power is required. Clearing of forest, power is required. Movement of heavy things like rocks or the use of stones, power is required. Yes. So all these use of power gave dominance to men in the functioning of the setups or the social groups or the human groups, because they can bear children. Okay, so they can deal with various emotional bodily changes which men cannot do. Okay, in that sense. Now, so for example, labor pain is an extreme pain. Yes, when the women are tuned in such a manner biologically that they can bear that extreme pain. Yes, not be a possibility for a man. Yes, okay, because we cannot, and definitely we cannot even imagine what can be the pain the woman goes through. Okay,